Welcome back, fans. For those who were with us for Game 1, we are just about ready to start Game 2 of this doubleheader between your Matsu Miners and the Anchorage Bucs. If you are just joining us, welcome to the ball game, everybody. Brandon Monty alongside my good colleague Nick Velan. Happy as always to be bringing you Matsu Miners baseball all season long here on YouTube Live. Let's not waste any more time. Let's look at our starting lineup first for the Miners, managed by Tyler LeBrun. Eric Webb leads things off in left field. Justin Kirby hitting second and playing center. Drew Williamson bats third. He's at first. Aaron Walters is hitting cleanup. He's in right. Cody Huff bats fifth. He's at third. Anthony Notero hits sixth. He'll be doing the catching. Matt Palmer hits seventh. He'll be DHing. Caden Hogan bats eighth. He's at short. And rounding out the order, Josh Bristian. He is at second. On the mound for the Anchorage Bucs, making his second start of the year against the Miners, from the University of Arizona, right-hander Ian Mejia. As the Miners dropped Game 1 of this doubleheader tonight against the Bucs 5-3, they'll be looking for win number 1 on the season against their foes from Anchorage. Mejia is ready. Webb digs in. Mejia gets the sign that he likes, and the first pitch of the game is upstairs for ball 1. First pitch, 7:52. Game temperature, 63 degrees. It's cooled off a bit. The wind has also died down, dropping from 14 to 7 miles an hour from Game 1 to Game 2, as the 1-0 pitch from Mejia misses inside 2-0. Mejia went 4 innings in his last outing against the Miners, gave up 2 runs, was hit with a no decision. As Eric Webb steps in, 0 for 2 in Game 1 and hacks at a 2-0 fastball and comes up empty. 2-1 now the count. Anchorage Bucs have now won 6 games in a row. They are 7-1 so far in this 2019 season, as the 2-1 pitch to Webb is lined foul off the fence out of play to the left side. So we're even 2-2. As for the Miners, they're now 3-5 on the season, 0-4 against the Bucs. It's the 5th game of the year between the two teams from last year's ABL Top of the World Series. As the Miners looking for their 3rd win on this road trip, as the 2-2 pitch on the way to Eric Webb is upstairs. Easy layoff there for the Miners leadoff hitter. And the first batter of the game has run it full, 3-2. Webb steps back in, righty on righty matchup to start the ball game. Here comes the 3-2 offering, runs inside ball 4. So Webb reaches base to start it off. The Miners have a base runner. Let's look at the defensive alignment for Grant Palmer's Anchorage Bucs. Behind Ian Mejia, it will be Ryan Sullivan at first, Cole Tate at second, Taishi Nakawaki at short, and Justin Cook at third. Shane Marshall's doing the catching, and then in the outfield, Chad Castillo's in left, Isaac Barrera's in center, and Blake Paw is in right. Justin Kirby digs back in for the Miners, hitting out of the 2-spot playing center as he signals bunt, pulls it back, but regardless, it's a called strike. So 0-1 the count. Kirby, entering this game, has played all 8 games for the Miners this season, alternating between center and right. He's a .290 hitter, 9 hits to his credit on the year, 2 round trippers, 5 RBIs. Mejia working from the stretch. First pitch to Kirby is hit well out to center, but Barrera barely has to move as he makes the catch on the hard hit line drive. So 1 down now for the Miners in the top of the first. The Miners, managed by Tyler LeBrun in his first season as the skipper of the Valley's finest. Pitching coach Jeff Erlab, also the first base coach. Third base coach David Dennis. First pitch on the way to Drew Williamson is a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. Drew Williamson, a member of the Alabama Crimson Tide this past year, a .308 hitter so far on this ABL year, as Eric Webb goes, and he's going to be into second standing as the ball pops out of the mitt of catcher Shane Marshall. So Eric Webb picks up yet another stolen base. Webb's already got 4 of them here in just his 4th game, as he has proved to be a dangerous threat on the base pass. And Tyler LeBrun going to have a word with the home plate umpire. I'm not sure why. And their talk is very brief as LeBrun heads back to the dugout. So Miners have a runner in scoring position here quickly as Eric Webb standing on second. One man down and Drew Williamson at the dish. Williamson has 4 RBIs on the year as the 1-1 pitch to him is popped up. This one is hit high in the air out towards shallow left field. Charging in as Castillo camps under it, makes the catch for out number 2. And that one not anywhere near deep enough to advance Webb to third base. So Webb stays at second. 2 down, and the cleanup man, Aaron Walters, digging in. Walters 0-3 in Game 1 of the opener. In Game 1 of the doubleheader. Righty on lefty matchup here. Webb gets his lead from second. Mejia deals, and Walters out in front of that breaking ball there. It looked like he hesitated on that swing. So 0-1 the count now to the left-handed hitting Texas A&M Aggie. Walters a strikeout, a ground out to short. As the runner goes, Webb is off toward third. The throw is not in time. So Eric Webb picks up stolen base number 5 and his second of the inning as he's willed himself over to third base here. So Aaron Walters, a prime RBI opportunity. Correction, he went 1 for 3 in the first game, and he lines one to left field. Base hit. Eric Webb trots home standing as Aaron Walters breaks the seal on this one early. He's got himself an RBI single, and the Miners have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. So Aaron Walters picks up RBI number 2 on the year, and that'll bring up the hot-hitting Cody Huff. Huff in just 4 games so far is 5 for 10 with 4 runs scored, a double and an RBI. A .500 hitter as the first pitch to him is a called strike on the inside corner. Mejia located the fastball well, and it's 0-1. Mejia working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber. The 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball that gets away from Marshall behind the plate to the backstop. And that's going to allow Walters to jog on into second. So another runner in scoring position here in the top half of the first as the Miners strike first for the 3rd straight game. However, in these last 2 games, they've scored first against the Bucs. They have not come away victorious. We'll see if they can salvage this doubleheader today and pick up a much-needed first victory of the year against the Bucs to improve to 4-5. Mejia ready. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off to the right side, out of play. So 1-2 the count. Remember, folks, a foul ball can do some damage to your car. You can always visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Miners have already got a lead here in the top of the first and looking for more as the 1-2 to Cody Huff is just a little bit low. And Mejia took a couple steps toward the dugout there. He thought he rung him up, but the home plate umpire says otherwise. 2-2. Huff steps back in, a Scottsdale, Arizona native, going up against the Arizona Wildcat, Ian Mejia. The tall right-hander is ready. Checks the runner at second. Here comes a 2-2 breaking ball. Once again, it bounces off the plate. Marshall lost track of it, and in the process, Walters moves up another 90 feet. So nice heads-up base running there by Walters to notice that Marshall couldn't find it and advance. So both him and Eric Webb were able to move themselves from first to third. Just smart base running there by the Miners. As the 3-2 to Huff is lined into left field, and it's another RBI single. So Cody Huff, who had an RBI double in Game 1 of this doubleheader, just keeps on rolling. He's now 6 for 11 on the year. Give him 2 RBIs and give him an RBI single there as the Miners have come out swinging here. They lead it 2-0 in the top of the first, and Anthony Notero will look to add on. Notero on the season, 6 for 21, a .286 hitter. He got the first game off, but will be catching in this one. The first pitch to him from Mejia is a called strike one as two Pac-12 foes squaring off here. Notero 2 RBIs and 2 walks. Primarily has been batting from the 2 spot as well as the 5 and 6 spots when he's in the lineup, as the 0-1 is fouled off by Notero to the right side out of play, so he's now in an 0-2 hole. Miners hitting .204 coming into this game, but the offense has been coming alive a little in these last 3 games or so. Definitely starting to do better in situational hitting as the 0-2 is fouled off Notero's foot, and that one's going to sting as he'll walk it off. 0-2 still the count. Miners come in with 33 runs on the season in 8 games, just a hint above 4 runs a contest, 49 hits as a team, 28 RBIs, 38 walks, 52 strikeouts. As Mejia deals the 0-2, Notero waved at it and missed for strike 3, and the side is retired. But the Miners strike first. They put up a 2 spot in the top half of inning number 1. Bucs coming to bat with the Miners leading 2-0. Back with you in the bottom of the first. The Miners off to a fast start here in Game 2 of this doubleheader against the Anchorage Bucs. They lead it 2-0. On the mound for the Miners is Kyler Busch, making his second start of the year and his first time around. He went 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, it wasn't earned, and 2 strikeouts. Isaac Barrera, the center fielder, leading off for the Bucs. Chad Castillo bats second, he's in left. Blake Paw in right. Cheney Rogers DHing. Ryan Sullivan at first. Justin Cook at third. Shane Marshall catching. Cole Tate at second. And Taishi Nakawaki at short. The first pitch to Barrera is looked at for ball 1. Just misses upstairs. Isaac Barrera 1 for 3 in the first game of the doubleheader. Cody Huff playing parallel to third. Barrera digs in. Busch ready. The pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner. Called strike 1. As Kyler Busch, the 6'5 left-hander, shakes off one sign from Notero as he's ready with the 1-1 pitch, and it's chopped back to the mound, but good reaction by Busch there to snag it. He flips over to Williamson for an easy out number 1. So good reflexes by Busch there to spring into action off the mound, off that chopper, and corral it. And Barrera is set down. Defensive alignment behind Busch looks like this. Anthony Notero is doing the catching. Drew Williamson's at first. Josh Bristian's at second. Caden Hogan's at short. Cody Huff's at the hot corner playing third. Eric Webb's in left. Justin Kirby's in center. And Aaron Walters is in right, as the first pitch to Chad Castillo is waved at and missed for strike 1. Castillo 2 for 4 in game 1 of the doubleheader. As Busch, working from the windup off the right side of the rubber, deals 0-1, and it almost runs inside and gets Castillo, but he's able to dodge away from danger there. 1-1. Miners already with 2 hits in the ball game. As Busch deals the 1-1, is grounded hard towards short. Up with it is Hogan. He throws over to Williamson in time. So 2 batters, 2 groundouts here for Kyler Busch to start this bottom of the first. His only other start of the year thus far, coming against the Bucs. As mentioned, he went 3 innings. It was a no decision for the 6'5 left-hander from Washington State, who's throwing to another Washington State Cougar in Anthony Notero, who is doing the catching. As Blake Paw steps in, a dangerous right-handed hitter. Busch ready and deals. First pitch misses in the dirt. Paw thought about it, but laid off 1-0. Paw 2 for 3 in the last game, most notably with a 2-run home run that gave the Bucs a 5-2 lead, and that would be all the runs that this Anchorage squad would need to come away with a victory, as the 1-0 pitch, a fastball that misses away, 2-0. Blake Paw, an ABL leading 3 home runs to his credit on the year, as he awaits the pitch from his fellow Pac-12 counterpart Busch, and he waves at it and misses late on the fastball, 2-1. Paw digging back in. 8 RBIs to his credit on the season. The 2-1 pitch to him is grounded to short. Charging is Hogan. He picks it up, throws to first in time, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Bucs in the bottom of the first on 3 consecutive groundouts. We're through 1 frame here at Mulcahy Stadium in Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Miners lead it 2-0. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, top of the second on a beautiful Thursday evening for Alaska Baseball League action. The Matsu Miners leading the Anchorage Bucs 2-0 in the top of the second. The 7-8-9 coming up for Tyler LeBrun's Miners as Matt Palmer, the designated hitter, and Palmer, Alaska native, digs in. First pitch from Ian Mejia is chopped foul to the left side, so Palmer down in the count, 0-1. Already a 2 spot on the board here for the Miners in the top of the first. Mejia gave up 2 runs his last time out against the Miners in his second start of the year and 3rd appearance. He misses with the 0-1 pitch, a fastball that got away from him away. Mejia on the year, 5 innings of work, 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 5 walks, and no strikeouts to his credit. He does have a win, though, as the 1-1 to Palmer catches the inside corner, 1-2. Bucs a 3.14 ERA as a team to this point. 50 strikeouts to 33 walks as Palmer pops one up in foul ground, and neither Sullivan or Marshall able to get to it as Palmer wedged it off to the right side. It stayed in play, though, as it'll stay 1-2.
Yeah, he fouled that one off perfectly, right in the middle of between catcher Shane Marshall and first baseman Ryan Sullivan. So none of them, both dead sprinting, basically had to meet in the middle and couldn't come up with it.
Looked like Palmer got wedged on that one on a fastball in the inside corner, as he had to inside out it to stay alive as he awaits the 1-2 pitch from Mejia. It's on his way, and he checked his swing, appeal down to first, and it is a strikeout. As they say, Palmer went around, so the first strikeout of the year for Ian Mejia in his 3rd appearance, as Palmer set down and Caden Hogan steps in. Hogan 1 for 10 on the year. This is his 5th game of the season. 5 strikeouts thus far. The Long Beach State Dirtbag sends a fly ball to right center field. Camping underneath it is Paw. He'll make the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Hogan, and 2 down now in the Miners' half of the second. And that's going to bring up the 9th hitting second baseman, Josh Bristian. Bristian in his 6th game of the year. 2 for 16, 1 run scored, 1 double, 1 RBI as he fouls the first pitch off to the right side, and that one's going to scoot out of play. So 0-1 now to Bristian. Bristian, a Gonzaga Bulldog this past year, as the 0-1 pitch to him is a fastball that misses just a bit inside, so 1-1 our count. Ian Mejia working from the windup off the left side of the rubber. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, a fastball that misses away, so Bristian ahead in the count, 2-1. A lot of Gonzaga Bulldogs on the field tonight, including Bristian, center fielder Isaac Barrera of the Bucs, as the 2-1 is fouled back towards us at the press box, so it's even now, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men out, nobody on for the Miners here in the second, as the pitch to Bristian is a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and the side is retired. After giving up a 2 spot in the first, Ian Mejia sets down the Miners 1-2-3 in the second. We're through 1.5 here at Mulcahy Stadium. Miners leading it 2-0. Back with you here, bottom of the second, Brandon Monty alongside Nick Veland, bringing you Matsu Miners baseball all season long here on YouTube Live, as the Miners in the bottom of the second against these Anchorage Bucs. Miners leading 2-0, 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Bucs here, as Kyler Busch's first pitch to Cheney Rogers is inside with the breaking ball, 1-0. Rogers 0-2 in game 1. DHing here in game 2, as the Georgia Bulldog awaits the 1-0 pitch, and it's upstairs, so 2-0 now the count, as Kyler Busch looks for a repeat of the first inning. 1-2-3, working from the windup. Here comes the 2-0 as Rogers behind on the fastball there. 2-1 now the count. Other action going on in the ABL. The Oilers and the Chinooks are still scoreless in the third, as the 2-1 pitch to Rogers just misses, so hitters count 3-1, as Busch gave a little shrug there, wondering where that missed. Working from the left side of the rubber, he toes the slab as Busch throws the 3-1, and Rogers fouls it back off the screen. So we're full 3-2. With Rogers at the dish, Sullivan waiting in the on-deck circle. Barely a cloud in the sky in this one, folks, as it's mostly cleared up. Another beautiful night for some ABL action, as the 3-2 pitch just misses. Ball 4. and Busch couldn't believe it. So after a lofty strike zone in the first game, it seems as though the home plate umpire is squeezing these pitchers here in game number 2, as there is a different home plate umpire as they changed their positioning. The home plate umpire from game 1 now out at second base, as they switched it up a bit, as Ryan Sullivan steps in, the first baseman, hitting 5th for these Bucs. The Aurora, Colorado native digs in, lefty on righty matchup, as the first pitch is fouled back off the screen. So he's down 0-1. Cheney Rogers gets about a 3-step lead off of first. Busch leans in, gets the sign from Notero, and he'll throw over to first to keep Rogers honest. Busch leaning in here as a plane flies over Mulcahy Stadium, the Anchorage Airport, just about 20 minutes from here, as the 0-1 pitch waved at and missed by Sullivan, as he was tardy to the party on that fastball, and it's 0-2. Sullivan gets back in the box here, takes a couple of practice hacks. Busch takes a deep breath, working from the stretch, ready at the belt. The 0-2 pitch, a pitch out here, but nothing doing, as Rogers not going anywhere. Notero was thinking about a snap throw to first, but just keeping him honest with a look. Busch ready. Checks the runner at first. Here comes the 1-2. Waved at and missed for strike 3. Sullivan set down. Busch gets another punch out. And there's one down here in the second with Justin Cook coming to the dish.
Now batting from third baseman number 29, Justin Cook.
Cook 0 for 3 in the first game, getting the second straight start at third. Primarily used as a corner infielder, he started at first the first couple of games against the Miners this year, as the first pitch to him, fastball right there on the outside corner. Busch locating well here to start this one. It's 0-1. Busch didn't get a lot of punch-outs in his first start, but did locate well, as the 0-1 pitch to Cook upstairs. Busch, a Washington State Cougar, just completed his freshman season. As the southpaw ready, working from the left side of the rubber, deals 1-1, a fastball that just misses inside. 2-1 the count. Middle infield in double play def here, as Josh Bristian playing close to second, as is Caden Hogan. Runner goes. Here's the pitch, is a ball. Notero throws down to second, and it's a stolen base for Cheney Rogers. That'll be stolen base number 7 on the year for the Anchorage Bucs, as they now have a runner in scoring position with one man out. 3-1 count now to Cook. Busch comes set, checks the runner. The 3-1 delivery is fouled off to the right side. That one's going to get out of play. So we've run it full, 3-2. Shane Marshall waiting in the on-deck circle with second baseman Cole Tate in the hole. Rogers gets about a 4-step lead off second. Busch ready. The 3-2 is lined into right field, and drifting over to his right is Aaron Walters to make the catch for out number 2. So good range there by Walters. He got a pretty good jump on that line drive there. He read it well and made the catch in the gap. And in the meanwhile, Cheney Rogers having to hold steady at second. So a runner on second, 2 down. 2-0 game in favor of the Miners, and catcher Shane Marshall, the Georgia Bulldog, digs in. Busch checks Rogers at second. The first pitch to Marshall is grounded over to second. Josh Bristian's up with it. Easy throw to first. Williamson corrals it, and the side is retired. Bucs leave one stranded We're through 2 here at Mulcahy Stadium. I'll hand it over to Nick Veland for the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. The Miners lead the Bucs 2-0.
Welcome everybody to inning number 3 of this ball game. Miners lead 2-0 on 2 hits, no errors. Bucs have no runs on no hits and no errors, as Ian Mejia on the mound for the Bucs in this ball game. 3 up, 3 down in the second inning for him, and here's the first offering to number 2, Eric Webb, the top of the order for the Miners, as he fouls that one out of play on a first pitch foul ball. 0-1 is the count. He got things going for the Miners in the first inning with a walk, stole second, stole third, and got home on a single by Aaron Walters, as the 0-1 pitch misses for ball 1. 1-1's the count. Mejia with the 1-1 pitch. Line straight back for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Eric Webb up to bat, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Low for ball 2. Eric Webb at 10 Central Missouri University, batted .419 for them. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Low again for ball 3, and the count will go full. 17 walks in his previous season, as he already has 1 walk this game, and now with a full count. Let's see what he does with a payoff pitch. Ball 4. So, in his 2 appearances tonight, 2 walks to get him on base, and we'll see what he can do, as the Bucs now know that he is a very fast runner and a threat to steal second.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a pitch out or 2 here, just trying to keep him honest over there. He stole 2 bases in the first inning alone. Also, terrific eye at the plate. He's got great discipline, really seeing the ball well. Those are some close pitches, but he wisely laid off, draws the walk.
And Mejia throwing over to first to keep Eric Webb as close as possible, as Justin Kirby will step up to the plate and see what he can do here with no outs and a man on first. And here's the first offering to him. Checked his swing, but umpire on the behind home plate says that it's a strike anyway, so 0-1 is the count. Mejia looks at first with Webb, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Hits that outside part of the plate again for strike 2. Kirby shaking his head in disbelief, but umpire has the final call, and there's no balls, 2 strikes, and no outs as Webb takes his lead at first. Short lead as Mejia will throw back. Webb will get back well in time, as Mejia is ahead in the count 0-2. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside again, but misses for ball one. 1-2 is the count.
It's not always about the lead as a base runner. It's about the jump. You can have the biggest lead in the world, but if you're even a split second late on the jump, then you can be toast at second base. And you see now 3 times that Mejia's thrown over to first, as he's definitely worried about Webb on the base pass, and he has every reason to be. He's already got 5 stolen bases on the year.
Webb, without stealing in the first inning, probably wouldn't have scored, as he throws back to first again. Mejia on the pickoff attempt, unsuccessful. Miners for game 2, rocking their camo unis. And here's the 1-2 pitch, outside for ball 2. Same uniform as game 1 for both teams. Miners with the camo and yellow lettering with the white pants. And Bucs out in the field right now with the black top, pinstripe bottom, and black socks. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Checked his swing. Umpire says he went, and he did. And that'll be strike 3 and out number 1. Bringing up Drew Williamson. Williamson's 0 for 1 on tonight, as he was also 0 for 2 in game 1. Tonight, he flew out to left field in his first at-bat. See what he can do with his second at-bat with 1 out and a man on first. First pitch to him outside for ball 1. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Popped up to left again. Chad Castillo going back against the wall, makes the catch. Webb will take second on the tag up. So good base running there by Webb to see that Castillo was well against the wall to make that catch. As 5 or 10 feet more from Williamson, that would have been gone. And Webb saw his speed as a great opportunity to take second on the tag up. Something you don't see often is a tag up from first, but he will take second there. As Webb thought about going on the ball on the dirt, but holds up at second with Aaron Walters.
I think that's the first time we've seen Eric Webb not advance on a play. It's one thing's for sure. He is very aggressive on the base pass, and he gets in pitchers' heads pretty easily.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-1's the count. Yeah, Webb, I mean, you saw how excited he was to see a pass ball there. He was jumping around. He probably got close to halfway to third before realizing that he needs to go back to second. So great eagerness by him. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Shane Marshall behind the plate calls time to have a word with his pitcher, Ian Mejia, with a man on second. Two balls, 1 strike, and here's the pitch. Fouled straight back, as the count will even at 2-2. Two's on the board with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a man on second, with Eric Webb threatening to score on any single with his speed. And here's Mejia with the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, so that'll do it for the Miners here in the top of the third. As going in the bottom of the third, Miners up 2-0. We're in the bottom of the third now. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Bucs. As Cole Tate to lead things off for the Bucs. 1 for 2 in the previous game. First plate appearance tonight. And here's the first pitch from Bush. Outside for ball 1. Bush very effective in his first 2 innings. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled straight back. Out of play for strike 1. 1-1's the count. Bush sat down 6 of the 7 batters. And with that one batter that he did not sit down was a walk. As Tate swinging to shortstop. Hogan the throw to first in time for out number 1. So Tate with the first out on the night on the ground out to short. Bringing up Tashi Nakawaki for the Bucs. Nakawaki 0 for 2 in the previous game. And here's the first offering to him. High for ball 1. Gets ahead in the count early, 1-0. And here's the 1-0 pitch to him. Inside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. As the Miners lead 2-0 in the bottom half of the third inning. And here's Bush with the 2-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Good fastball there to hit the corner. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Line into right field. Walters under it will make the catch for out number 2. So Bush working through the 9 hitters of the Bucs very effectively. Sitting down 8 of the 9 with the 1 walk. As the top of the order, Isaac Barrera will step in here in the third inning to see what he can do with 2 outs. Bush kicks and deals. Curveball in there with the strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As the time hits just past 8:30 here in Alaska, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Grounded. Bush will snag it. The throw to first will be in time. Nakawaki didn't even try to run there, as Bush will field that and throw to first for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the third for the Bucs as we go to the top of the fourth. Miners lead 2-0. Top of the fourth now. Miners lead 2-0 on 2 hits, no errors. And through 3, the Bucs have no runs, no hits, and no errors. As Cody Huff to lead things off for the Miners, and here's the first pitch to him. In there for strike 1. He's been seeing the ball well today. Went 2 for 2 in game 1. and started off this game with a single, which scored a run as the 0-1 pitch in the dirt outside for ball one. One ball, one strike to Scottsdale, Arizona native Cody Huff as the 1-1 pitch in there for strike two. 63 degrees now in Anchorage. Sunny skies, no clouds. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Low for ball two. Sunset tonight, 11:36 p.m. And here's the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt for ball three, and the count will go full for Huff. Cody Huff walked one time as a grounder to third baseman Justin Cook, the diving stop. Throw to first, well in time to Sullivan for the first out of the inning. Impressive play there by Justin Cook on the corner to get in front of that ball and make the play. Bringing up Anthony Notero.
Now batting catcher number 16, Anthony Notaro.
Notero 0 for 1 tonight with the strikeout. And here's Mejia with the first offering to him. Lined into right field. Paul under it will make the catch for out number 2. So 1 pitch, 1 out in that at bat. Bringing up Matt Palmer, who is 0 for 1 tonight with the strikeout.
Now batting designated hitter number 43, Matt Palmer.
Palmer is the only senior on this Matsu minor roster. And here's the first pitch to him. Catches that outside part of the plate for strike one. Palmer will step in. And here's the pitch from Mejia. Low for ball one. 1-1's the count. 2 outs. Here in the top of the fourth, Miners lead 2-0. Struck early in the top of the first with a Aaron Walters RBI single, then a Cody Huff RBI single as the count moves to 2-1. As those are the only runs in tonight's ball game. Only 2 hits between the two teams so far. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here on the top of the fourth. And here's the 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. So the count will go full for Palmer. No runners on, 2 outs, and a full count. Here's Mejia with the payoff pitch. Line straight back, and the count will remain full.
Follow brought to you by Speedy Grass.
And here's the payoff pitch. Runs inside and hits Palmer. So Palmer will reach first on the hit by pitch. Would have been a ball anyways if it didn't hit him, so it would have reached either way. As Caden Hogan will step in
Now batting shortstop.
with Palmer at first. Hogan 0 for 1 tonight with a fly out to left field. As Palmer takes his lead at first, and here's the first pitch. Popped him up. Center fielder Isaac Barrera runs to it. Gets called off by Blake Paul, though, and Paul will make the catch for out number 3. So Palmer will get on base with a hit by pitch, but Miners unable to do anything with it as they leave him stranded. Miners lead 2-0 going in the bottom of the fourth. Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the fourth now. Miners lead 2-0. Leading off for the Bucs is Chad Castillo. 2 for 4 in game one.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for your Anchorage Bucs, left fielder number 26, Chad Castillo.
As he had 2 singles and scored on both of those later on once he reached base. As he steps in, 0 for 1 on the night. And here's the first pitch from Bush. First pitch popped him up to Huff at third. He'll get under it and make the catch for out number 1. So just like that, an easy pop fly to third to get things started for the Bucs in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Bush.
Now batting right fielder number 27.
As he sat down the last 7. Blake Paul to step in for the Bucs. 2 for 3 in game 1 and 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch to him outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Grounded to third baseman Huff. The throw to first to Williamson in time for out number 2. So 3 pitches and 2 outs so far in this inning. As Bush has been very effective in this ball game. As he has 2 outs now in the bottom of the fourth inning as the Miners lead 2-0. And here's the first pitch to Rogers. Grounded to first base. Williamson bobbles it. The throw to Bush at first in time for out number 3. So 4-pitch inning for Kyler Bush. As 3 up, 3 down for the Bucs, putting him down as the Miners lead 2-0 going in the top of the 5th. And welcome to the 5th inning. The pace of this game tonight is very fast through 4 innings. Around 50 to 55 minutes to complete those 4 innings as both pitchers have been very effective. Mejia giving up 2 runs in the first, but other than that, been shutting the Miners down ever since as he's still in the pitch as Josh Bristian leading off for the Miners. First pitch to him outside for ball 1. Bristian's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout in the second. And here's the 1-0 pitch to him. Grounded to third base. Cook will make the play to throw to first in time for out number 1. Which will bring the top of the lineup for the Miners with Eric Webb. Webb 2 appearances at the plate tonight, but 2 walks to get them both on base, so he's been seeing the pitches very well and judging them accordingly as here's the first pitch to him. First pitch swinging out of play for strike 1. As he is one of the 2 Miners runs. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Inside for ball 1. The Bucs are red hot as they have won 6 straight. Mejia shakes it off. Sees the pitch he wants, and here's the 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. The Bucs are now 7-1 on the year, and they've been playing the minors very well, as 4 out of those 7 are against the minors. And here's the 2-1 pitch inside for ball 3. Those 4 games, though, 3 of them were decided by 1 run. The game last night was on a walk-off, and the game before this one was a 2-run ball game. So these two teams are very evenly matched, and the 3-1 pitch popped up out of play right behind us, and the count will go full 3-2.
Follow brought to you by Speedy Labs.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th. And here's the payoff pitch. Grounded to shortstop Tashi Nakawaki. The throw to first will be in time, as the throw just beats Webb, as Nakawaki will make the play at short for the second out of the inning, bringing up Justin Kirby. Kirby's 0 for 2 tonight, but 1 for 3 in the game previous to this one. And here's the first pitch to him, inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. And here's the 1-0. High for ball 2. And here's the 2-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. Sun beginning to set at the right side of the field, beaming in on the players, casting a shadow to the left of them, and here's the 2-1 pitch. Line into left field, that will drop for a single for Kirby. So Kirby will now be 1 for 3 in this ball game, and 2 for 6 on the day, as Drew Williamson will step up to the plate and see what he can do with Kirby on first. Williamson 0 for 2 with 2 pop-ups to left field. First pitch to him inside for ball 1. Kirby takes his lead at first. And here's the pitch from Mejia, inside for ball 2. Williamson 0 for 4 on the day, 0 for 2 in this ball game. And here's the 2-1 pitch to him. Grounded to short. Tashi Nakawaki will make the play, throw to second to Cole Tate in time for out number 3. So the Miners will leave one on and have nothing doing in the top of the 5th, as they still lead 2-0 going to the bottom of the 5th inning. we're going to the bottom half of the 5th inning now. Ryan Sullivan to lead things off for the Bucs. Kyler Busch still on the mound, as through 4 has allowed no hits. Ryan Sullivan 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout in the 2nd. And here's the first pitch to him. In there for strike 1. 0-1's the count. Busch looks to Notero and catching. Sees the sign he wants, kicks and deals the 0-1. Curveball misses high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ryan Sullivan. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Here's the 2-1. Checks his swing, doesn't go. And the count will move to 3-1, in favor of Ryan Sullivan with a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Outside for ball 4, so Sullivan will take first on the base on balls to get things going for the Bucs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As the only other walk Busch has given up in this ballgame was the leadoff hitter in the 2nd inning. And right after that, he set down the next 3 batters. So we'll see what he can do here with a man on first and no outs. And here's the first pitch to Cook. In there for strike 1. Cook 0 for 4 on the day, 0 for 1 tonight with a line drive to right field in the 2nd inning. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Busch looks at first and kicks and deals the 0-2 pitch. Grounded to second base. This could be 2. Bristian to the 2nd for 1. To Williamson at first for 2. And that'll be a double play. A 4-6-3 double play. There will now be 2 outs in this inning. As what a play by Bristian to throw it over to Hogan at 2nd, to Williamson at 1st for the double play, bringing up Shane Marshall. Swings and misses the first pitch for strike 1. Marshall 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out in the 2nd. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him. In there for strike 2. And here's Busch with the 0-2. Curveball in the dirt. Try to get him to swing. He did not. And the count will go to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs as the Miners lead 2-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Bucs. They get a man on with the walk, but just as fast as he got on, he got out with a double play. As Busch is still dealing through 5. The Miners lead 2-0. I'm throwing it back to Brandon Monty for the final 2 innings to bring us home. As the Miners lead 2-0.
Back with you here in the top half of inning number 6 at Mulcahy Stadium. Brandon Monty alongside Nick Velan bringing you Matsu Miners baseball all season long here on YouTube Live. New pitcher for the Bucs here in the top of the 6th. It'll be right-hander Brodie Jesse, an Anchorage, Alaska native, 6'3", 200-pound right-hander. Just graduated from South Anchorage High School as Aaron Walters fouls one off to the left side out of play, so he's down 0-1. Walters 2 for 9 on the season thus far, 1 for 2 in this game too. Had one of the 2 RBIs for the Miners back in the top of the first as Jesse's 0-1 misses upstairs with the fastball 1-1. Jesse, the winning pitcher in last night's game for the Bucs. He has 2 wins on the season thus far as the 1-1 pitch to Walters, another fastball, and once again misses upstairs. So 2-1 the count. Ever since that 2-run spot in the top of the first, it's been zeros for both teams as Walters' 2-1 is fouled off the catcher's glove. So 2-2 now the count. The 4, 5, and 6, the heart of this order, coming up for the Matsu Miners here as they look to extend their lead. 2-2 pitch on the way to Walters, a fastball catching the outside corner, called strike 3. So 1 up, 1 down here for the Miners to start the 6th, and Cody Huff coming up. Huff singled in an RBI back in the first and grounded out to third in his last time aboard after Justin Cook made an impressive diving play, jumped to his feet and made a great throw as the first pitch to Huff misses low for ball 1. 2 recently graduated high school seniors squaring off against one another here with Huff at the dish. Jesse goes into his windup, the 1-0 offering, a fastball, this one right at the knees for a called strike 1. Jesse back on the rubber, working from the middle of it. Goes into his windup, the 1-1 is grounded over to third. Bouncing to the glove is Cook, he throws across the diamond, and Huff is retired. He's now 1 for 3 on the day, and 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th for the Matsu Miners with Anthony Notero coming back up.
Now batting catcher number 16, Anthony Notaro.
Notero lined out to right his last time up. Caught an unfortunate break as it was hit right to the right fielder paw as the first pitch to Notero misses upstairs. 1-0 the count. Other action going on in the ABL in the bottom of the 7th. The Chinooks lead the Oilers 4-0. A 1-0 pitch to Notero, a fastball that misses away. So 2-0 the count. The Chinooks looking for their 2nd straight victory as they are at the beginning of their Kenai trip, traveling to face the Peninsula Oilers as the 2-0 pitch to Notero, a big hack by the catcher from Washington State as he fouls it off to the right side out of play. Remember, folks, a foul ball can do serious damage to your car. You can always visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information as Notero fouls another one off to the right side out of play. So 2s across the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top half of the 6th in a game that has moved at a very brisk pace. Just about an hour and 5 minutes here, and we're already in the 6th as Notero fouls another one off to the right side. As Brodie Jesse back on the hill, the young 6'3" right-hander, seeing plenty of work thus far on the year for this Bucs squad. As the 2-2, Notero again just fighting to stay alive here as he fouls one off to the right side out of play. This is Jesse's 4th appearance of the year in 6 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs allowed, 4 walks, 2 wins, 1 loss. As the 2-2 is chopped foul, this time Notero out in front of it as he fouls it over towards third base coach David Dennis. Jesse a 10.50 ERA. As he goes back on the rubber, he's working quickly. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Otero swings and misses. Strike 3, side retired. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. Miners don't get anything in the top half, but they still lead it 2-0 over the Anchorage Bucs. Back here in the bottom of the 6th, Kyler Busch has been cruising through this Bucs lineup as he toes the slab for the bottom of the 6th with the Miners leading 2-0. 8-9-1 coming up for Grant Palmer's Bucs as the second baseman Cole Tate digs in. Busch working from the left side of the rubber, goes into his windup. First pitch, fastball just misses. As that one looked like it was pretty close to the outside corner, but regardless, it's 1-0. As the 1-0 to Tate, a fastball again missing away, so 2-0 our count. Tate in his only appearance in this game grounded out to the shortstop Caden Hogan. Busch is ready. Here comes the 2-0. And it's low, 3-0. 2 free passes in this game for Busch. Still working strong, though, here in the 6th. Down 3-0 in the count to Cole Tate. Here's the 3-0 pitch. A fastball in there for a called strike. Still a hitter's count, though. 3-1 now to the Bucs second baseman from the University of Georgia in Bishop, Georgia. The 3-1 on the way, and it misses away, ball 4. So the Bucs have a base runner here to start the bottom of the 6th, and that'll bring us to the 9th, hitting shortstop Taishi Nakawaki. Nakawaki digging in. Bucs have a runner on first to start the bottom of the 6th. Nobody down. Busch now working from the stretch. From the middle of the rubber, ready at the belt. First pitch is grounded to second. This could be 2. Bristian flips to second for 1. Hogan back to first. It's a double play ball. Chalk that one up as 4-6 to 3 on the twin killing. Beautiful transition from Bristian to Hogan. Back to Williamson for the double play, and there's 2 down now. Back to the top of the order for the Bucs with Isaac Barrera.
Looks pretty much like the 5th inning with the leadoff walk and then a 4-6-3 double play.
Busch has worked himself out of trouble numerous times, and the first pitch to Barrera fouled off the catcher Notero for strike 1. Barrera, in his 2 plate appearances in this game, both choppers back to the pitcher, and Busch has been able to corral them both and make the plays as Barrera lost a little blooper to the left side foul, and that's going to head over to the bleachers on the third base side. So Barrera's down 0-2. In fact, in his last at-bat, if you can remember, Barrera chopped it. He thought it was foul, but it was in play the whole time, and he took about 1 step out of the box. He didn't even run down the first baseline. The 0-2 pitch on the way to the leadoff hitter is upstairs at the breaking ball. Good chase pitch there from Bush, so 1-2 the count. Outfielders playing a shade in as the 1-2 pitch to Barrera just misses. You could see several Miners fielders take a couple steps toward the dugout there. They thought that was it for the inning. 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's chopped now third base side. Huff Fields throws across the diamond, and it gets away from Williamson to first, and Barrera is going to head over to second. And they're going to chalk that one up as an error on Cody Huff. That was going to be a tough play. That's the third time today that Barrera has hit a chopper. That one definitely the toughest play, though, on the infield, as it hung in the air for about 3 seconds, and Huff knew with the speed of Barrera he had to get rid of it quickly, so he may have rushed the throw a bit as it got away. It's marked down as an error, though. Bucs have a runner in scoring position with 2 men out, and Chad Castillo at the dish. As the 6'5 southpaw Bush steps back onto the rubber, first pitch to Castillo is chopped over to first. Williamson corrals it. He'll step on the bag, and the side is retired. Bucs leave one stranded. We've got 1 frame left to play here at Mulcahy Stadium. The Bucs lead it 2-0. Seven, 8, 9 coming up for the Miners here in the top of the 7th as Matt Palmer, the Palmer, Alaska native, digs in for the Miners to lead things off. Brodie Jesse still on the mound for the Bucs as the first pitch to Palmer is popped up foul right behind us out of play. So 0-1 the count. Remember, folks, if a foul ball does damage to your car, stop and visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more details. Palmer 0 for 1 on the day as he watches an 0-1 pitch sail high, look like a fastball, 1-1. Palmer struck out back in the second and was plunked in his last plate appearance. Righty on righty matchup here to start the 7th and final inning as the 1-1 pitch nearly gets Palmer again as he ducks out of the way of a fastball. 2-1. Both runs of this game coming in the top of the first. It's been scoreless since, 2-0, as the 2-1 pitch misses outside. Hitters count here for Palmer, 3-1. As Brodie Jesse on for another inning of relief work here for this Bucs team as the 3-1 pitch to Palmer misses away, ball 4. So for the second time today, Palmer reaches base, this time on a free pass. And Caden Hogan coming to the dish for the Miners. Hogan has flown out twice today, once to left and once to right. Got an opportunity to give the Miners a little extra cushion here going into the bottom of the 7th. Jesse from the stretch deals, and Hogan tries to lay down a bunt, but instead it's popped in the air to the backstop. There will be no play for the catcher Marshall, so he's down in the count 0-1. As Hogan gets his sign from third base coach David Dennis and digs back in. 1 hit on the season for the Miners middle infielder. As Hogan's squaring bunt from the get-go here, and he's able to pull it back on a fastball that runs too high. So 1-1. Third baseman Justin Cook playing on the grass portion of this infield turf. Palmer gets about a 3-step lead from first. Jesse checks him. Hogan again signaling bunt as Jesse throws over to first as Palmer dives back safely. Reminder, folks, the Miners back in action here tomorrow, taking on the other squad from Anchorage, the Glacier Pilots. As Hogan again signaling bunt from the get-go, but pulls back in time on a pitch that misses inside, so 2-1 the count. As for the Anchorage Bucs, after tonight, they get the night off tomorrow, and then they're back here in Anchorage on the 15th against the Glacier Pilots. 2-1 count now to Hogan, who signals bunt, and he bunts down the first base line, but it's going to roll to the right of the foul line. Foul ball. So even count here, 2-2. Hogan will more than likely be swinging away here. Not ideal to bunt with 2 strikes. Runner on first, nobody down. 2-2 count as the third baseman Justin Cook of the Bucs back in normal formation. No longer playing in front of the grass. And now Hogan signaling bunt here with 2 strikes. And he pulls back. Snap throw over to first. And Palmer able to slide back in time. He got a good secondary lead there as Shane Marshall tried to catch him off guard. But no dice for the Bucs catcher. So 3-2 the count. As Hogan steps back in, we'll see what he does here. And yep, once again, signaling bunt. The 3-2 pitch coming, and the bunt is fouled off. And that'll be strike 3. So interesting move there. Not too common you see somebody trying to bunt with 2 strikes. Hogan tried it and fouled it off to the backstop, and that'll go down as a strikeout.
Yeah, the Miners are treating this game like a 0-0 game right now. Trying to score just 1 more run for insurance. Not taking any chances going into the bottom half of the 7th inning.
So the number 9 hitting Josh Bristian, the second baseman, digging in. Bristian 0 for 2 on the night. He struck out back in the 2nd. And then grounded out to 3rd back in the 5th. Gets another shot at it here in the 7th. First pitch to him, waved at and missed. Good locating there by Jesse on the fastball low and away. So 0-1 the count now to the utility man, Josh Bristian. Righty on righty matchup here. Palmer gets a good 3-step lead off of first. Jesse ready. Here it comes. It's a fastball that misses away. And we're even now. 1's across the board. Number 1 at the dish. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 man on. 2-0 ball game. Miners looking for win number 4 on the season. Going to improve to 4-5 and get that first win against the Bucs as Bristian watches a fastball on the inside corner apparently. Bristian didn't like it, but regardless, it's 1-2. Jesse checks Palmer at first. From the left side of the rubber, he's ready. And a snap throw over to first, but Palmer back in standing. Bristian takes a couple of practice acts. Now he's ready to go. 1-2 pitch coming. And it's grounded to short. This could be 2. Nakawaki flips to second for 1. Back to first, a double play. So chalk it up as 6-4-3 on the twin killing. And the side is retired. We're heading into the bottom of inning number 7. Miners looking to close it out here. They lead it 2-0. 3, 4, 5 coming up for the Bucs here in the bottom half of inning number 7. The Miners holding a 2-0 lead over these Anchorage Bucs as they'll look to split the doubleheader here at Mulcahy Stadium on what's been a beautiful Thursday evening for ABL action. Brandon Monty here with you alongside Nick Velan. Happy as always to be bringing you Matsu Miners baseball. The first pitch to Blake Paw is a fastball that misses away. Ball 1 the count. 1-0 the count. Paw on the night has grounded out twice, once to short, once to third, as the 1-0 pitch to him, a fastball on the outside corner, called strike 1. Kyler Busch out there for his 7th inning of work. From the windup off the left side of the rubber, the 1-1 pitch waved at and missed for strike 2. So 1-2 the count now to Blake Paw. He's 2 for 5 on the day, including game 1. The 1-2 pitch coming is hit out to left field. Retreating is Webb. He's going back at the warning track. Makes the catch. About 3 steps in front of the wall. Paw gave it a pretty good ride, but good play by Eric Webb to track it down. And there's 1 down here in this final inning, the 7th inning, as Cheney Rogers, the cleanup hitter for the Bucs, digs in. Rogers 0 for 1. Walked his first time up, was stranded on second, and then a 3-1 ground out as the first pitch to him, a change up in there for a called strike 1. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Digging in is Rogers, the 0-1 pitch, a changeup that just misses outside, so 1-1 the count. Miners up 2-0 here in the 7th, looking to shut the door on these Anchorage Bucs for the first time this year. The 1-1 waved at and missed for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Busch working quickly. He's ready from the windup. The 1-2 pitch just misses outside with the fastball, and we're even at 2. 2-2 the count, nobody on, 1 man out. Busch from the left side of the rubber goes into his windup. The pitch grounded over towards second. Bristian's up with it, throws over to Busch at first. Good coverage there, and we're 1 out away from a Miner victory. So the first 2 men set down here in this bottom half of the 7th. And first baseman Ryan Sullivan coming to the dish. Sullivan 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out in his first time aboard. First pitch to him, waved at and missed for strike 1. Sullivan got the game off in game 1 and is 0 for 1 thus far. Digs back in, lefty on righty matchup here. Miners 1 out away from taking this one. The 0-1 pitch to Sullivan, called strike 2 on the outside corner, and the Bucs are down to their final strike. Busch ready on the mound, working from the left side of the rubber. Sullivan ready. The 0-2, lined foul, just right of the foul line.
That was close.
Sullivan gave that one a pretty good poke. But we'll do it again at 0-2. 2 outs here in this bottom of the 7th. Miners up 2-0. Busch ready, the pitch. Breaking ball misses away, 1-2. Kyler Busch looking to shut the door on these Anchorage Bucs here and bring the Miners home with a W. Goes into his windup, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging, and Kyler Busch has done it. He has thrown a no-hitter. A masterful work of pitching tonight by the left-hander, and the Matsu Miners go home victorious with a 2-0 victory. They split this doubleheader with the Anchorage Bucs on the strength of a beautiful pitching performance from the southpaw Kyler Busch.
Look at that bullpen just celebrating with them. Man, what a performance there.
What an impressive outing for Kyler Busch and a much-needed victory for this Miners team. The kind of victory that really uplifts the spirit of a ball club, and a well-deserved outing for Busch, who kept these Bucs hitters at bay for 7 straight innings. What a performance.
And these Miners are fired up now.
Well, folks, that'll do it. The final score here in Game 2, 2-0 the Miners win. Kyler Busch has made history. A no-hitter for the Matsu Miners. They win it 2-0, improve to 4-5. The Bucs drop to 7-2. We'll be back at it again tomorrow night at Mulcahy Stadium when the Bucs take on the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Until then, alongside Nick Velan, this has been Brandon Monty saying so long until tomorrow.